Don't worry, this isn't a video essay on Yu-Gi-Oh! I would not do that to you. You don't deserve it, and we are going to spend a moment longer even pondering that motion. I just want to make you quickly aware of the greatest movie ending of all time. So Dark Side of Dimensions was released to serve as the conclusion and send-off for the original cast and story of Yu-Gi-Oh!, a manga turned anime about a boy and a pharaoh and his prized triangle. Together, they play children's trading cards with many friends, striking a notable rivalry with a young ruffian called Seto Kaiba. Yugi and Pharaoh's dueling eventually takes them to ancient Egypt, and after a long-awaited 1v1, the pharaoh exits Triangle and enters Yellow. The film follows the events of the manga ending rather than the events of the TV series adaptation. The only notable change you really need to know for any of this is that Kaiba wasn't there to watch Yugi and Atem's final duel in the manga, unlike in the anime where he's had internal cheerleader. Meaning that when, spoilers, Atem walks into the light back to the past, Kaiba ain't actually there to witness it. Meaning our boy needs some closure. And that's what this film is pretty much about. Sure, you have some sort of evil spirit cube thing going on, but all of that takes a sufficient backseat to our Drip King crushing poorly made water bottles and attempting to convince a teenager to put Pharaoh back in Triangle. This eventually culminates in Kaiba's obsession with dueling the Pharaoh reaching breaking point as he proclaims, "I'm gonna host a tournament, decide who's the king of cards." But sadly for Kaiba, he spiraled a bit too far, and what would have otherwise been a well-planned tournament and hugely scoped tournament on the same level of Battle City is instead simplified to Kaiba saying, "Fuck it, free." Who's dueling? Me and Yugi. The plot. And the tournament will be Yugi and this duel, and the winner then duels me. That's it. That's the tournament. Kaiba isn't even trying to hide his intentions at this point. Yugi duels and defeats the guy who I can't remember the name of, and then duels Kaiba. However, before a conclusion can be drawn, the power is shut off, and the classic final boss duel proceeds to play out. Shenanigans ensue, Atem pops in, but is sadly on vocal rest, and the finale concludes with everyone moving on to bigger and brighter things. Except for Kaiba. The ending of this movie is Kaiba combining his own tech with the leftover cube to travel down a tube into the afterlife. For what purpose was Kaiba able to find the motivation to do all this? Did you even need to ask? He proceeds to walk into a temple, he enters the throne room and approaches the pharaoh. And without saying so much as a single word, a single iota, takes out his children's trading cards and smiles. I need you to take a moment with me on this. Kaiba's dead. I mean, he's at least here. In some form. You're telling me he knows there's a backdoor? Mokuba says himself it's untested. He doesn't know if he's coming back from this, but Kaiba doesn't care. He is going to play cards with his boyfriend, and there is no stopping him. This isn't an obsession, this isn't lunacy, this is true love. The weight and balance of motivation and goal has never been more unevenly stacked. Do you know any other character that would go, we can't play cards anymore? Because you died a few thousand years ago? That's fine. I'm gonna myself. The fact that this man is wealthy enough to construct a space station, powerful enough to have planning permission for a space lift approved, and smart enough to develop a take-me-to-Jesus transporter from a leftover cube, yet still lacks enough self-awareness to not know how fucking stupid all of this is. Kaiba, if you truly perished that day, I miss you dearly. And if you didn't, and that was simply a round trip of consciousness projection, then why'd you do that, man? It was weird. I don't think this ending gets talked about enough for its ability to display Kaiba's relentless obsession to defeat Atem and become the true king of games. It's astounding, it's beautiful, and honestly the greatest ending to a movie I have ever seen. Oh, by the way, if you thought that this ending was a bit too extreme even for Kaiba, just remember he created a hologram of the pharaoh right down to his
perfectly coiffed hair
to have playdates with, and at one point of the movie his undying urge to see his beloved again allows him to draw a trading card from the literal ground. You have to admit the power of love is a doorway to many possibilities. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know your thoughts on this ending below. Did you also originally think that Kaiba actually built a time machine and traveled to the past? Because I did. I had to rewrite half this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you at some point.